Please disregard.
Screwed up, sir. I had the bogey in my sights, and I just
After
fumbled.
all this sneaking around, we're finally ready
Don't
to
beat
fight
yourself up,
again.
kid.
It feels amazing.
One way or the other.
The station is on high. Scouts popped in. Fleet started this way. We're gonna finish it. Let's put an end to this pipe and scum.
Do you have
Every
anything to
soldier
report?
here is ready to bring the
My
fight.
God. Is that it? Is that Crix's legacy? Amazing. Ensign, take this and enter it into the data core analyzer.
I'm on it, sir.
You see, Lieutenant? I told you he wouldn't let us down.
I have to admit, I'm impressed. Encrypted or not, it's quite a lot of money to be carrying around. The temptation must have been excruciating. It just so happens we did. And with all that money you're carrying, can you really blame us? You could have set yourself up for life, but instead, you chose to do the right thing. It's incredible. Of course, I have a team of decryption experts from Galbank itself on standby. If they can't decrypt that currency, no one can.
I wasn't lying when I said that we had every contingency completely covered.
You came through.
Now, on to other more pressing matters.
We received confirmation that the fleet ships were scouts sent to probe our defenses. Unfortunately, one of them jumped away before you arrived.
Which means that Delgado will have the Crimson Fleet prepping defenses of its own.
I've spent years studying the Crimson Fleet's tactics. Their decision to sacrifice those smaller ships told me everything I needed to know.
That's the plan. Lieutenant, if you wouldn't mind explaining our strategy.
Yes, sir. The Vigilance is equipped with the latest in hyper-resistant shielding, making it the only ship that can safely approach the key. The catch is that the key has access to 3 orbital defensive batteries that can fire electromagnetic energy. One hit, and we lose those fancy shields. Our mission is to take out those batteries. In fact, I'll be personally leading the assault on Battery Alpha. I need you to be my support.
Sadly, we didn't get as much support for this mission as I would have liked. There just wasn't enough evidence gathered.
We weren't able to convince MAS to lend us additional squadrons. They feel like they've committed too many resources already. That means we'll have to take out all 3 batteries ourselves.
It's unfortunate, yes. But we wouldn't be here if I didn't believe you could do it.
We've also given you a call sign, Renegade, to help coordinate our movements during the attack.
Once those batteries are destroyed, you board the key and bring Delgado to justice. If you won't come quietly, you do what you have to do. No, I don't. I understand. You've gotten to know these pirates, perhaps even bonded with them. And if we had enough firepower to take them down without you, I would spare you from this. But you know damn well how capable of a soldier you are. We need you on this. I'm sorry. Well, this is it. After years of planning, it all comes down to this moment. All my hopes and my best wishes go with you. Good luck.
If you have any last-minute questions, now's the time. Far enough you'll need to grav jump. I assume the fleet moved the batteries in order to have maximum coverage for any possible approach. I'd be willing to bet they shipped their track too, so we have a difficult time zeroing in on them. Actually, the batteries were part of the key's original design. The UC built them to bolster the key's defenses. They were worried about an outside attempt to free the prisoners, as opposed to an escape from below. Since the Crimson Fleet is now using them to target the Vigilance, they're basically turning our own weapon against us. 2 reasons. First, Commander Akande's playing this operation extremely close to the vest. That means keeping prisoners under his own roof until this is resolved. Second, this is an undercover mission. For our safety and yours, we need to keep these prisoners out of the spotlight. Nice work. Let me take a look. That's a hell of a story. Still can't believe Crix ended up being marooned on the Legacy. All that wealth, and the only thing he could do was stare at it. Can you imagine? I almost feel bad for him. It must have driven the guy crazy. Any other fragments? It's amazing that all this romantic nonsense about Crix's legacy really just amounts to a rumor Jasper Crix picked up in jail. It just goes to show you how a tiny rumor can snowball into a full-blown fairy tale. That it? Are you kidding me? Dombrowski was already making a six-figure salary, and yet he couldn't resist starting an embezzlement scheme. It makes me sick. It's gonna be an absolute pleasure to throw his butt in prison. Find anything else? Benjamin Bayou, pride of the Freestar Collective. The authorities there have been trying to nail him for a long time. Bringing us proof that he's been manipulating Generdyne from the shadows is pretty tasty stuff. The FC will pay dearly for this. Good job. Anything else? Understood. Keep searching and you're bound to find more. You're not gonna let this go, are you? Why do you care so much about my past? Because the things you're asking are private, and we're supposed to be maintaining a professional rapport, not making friends. Look, I like to keep my attachments at a minimum, okay? In my line of work, if you make friends, you eventually end up losing them, either through reassignment or, well, for other reasons. You're right, I did. I suppose I'm hesitating because I'm not sure you'll like what I have to say. Would it shock you to learn that I spent some time in prison? I suppose that makes me a hypocrite. Oh, come on. I haven't exactly been cordial about my feelings towards the Crimson Fleet's illegal activities. Oh, does it now? Was I giving off some kind of ex-con sort of vibe? Well, give me a chance to explain. I grew up in the Well in New Atlantis. Parents made barely enough money to keep the lights on in our apartment. After I dropped out of school, they begged for me to look for work. But I realized it was a lot easier to simply take whatever I wanted instead. The year after that, I'm a career criminal with UC security breathing down my neck, and my parents kicking me out of the house. Hell no. I made enough money to buy my own apartment, filled it with some decent stuff, too. I'd even send pictures of the place to my folks to rub it in. I was a real asshole. Well, I wasn't a nice person. That's just it, though. I was having the time of my life, earning way more than I needed to simply get by and loving every minute of it. Back then, if you would have told me one day I'd be wearing this uniform, I'd have said you were out of your mind. Yeah. This isn't exactly working out as a morale-building exercise, is it? Let's just say the years after my time in the Well were filled with highs and lows. Look, the point is that I felt you deserved to know a bit about my past, to know where my anger towards the fleet comes from. You're welcome. Well, I think you've had enough for now. You get the point. Let's get back to it before Keyboy writes us a citation for loitering. We're almost at the end of this damn thing. Be careful.
Anything else? What is it? I have a battle plan to prep. Simple, really. I've never been able to convince the top brass just how much of a threat the Crimson Fleet has been to the settled systems. Until now. Even with Krix's legacy in our hands, the fact that the enemy came this close to having that much money at their disposal changed their minds. With the support ships the UC sent us, now we have a chance to take out those defensive batteries and get close to the key. We'll secure it here for now, but eventually we'll be bringing it back to mast. And as for what happens to the money itself, that really isn't up to me. It's up to my superiors. They'll make sure it's sent to the right place. Watch yourself out there.
Damn fleet scouts popped up right when you jumped in. Can't believe we let one.
Renegade. Yeah, it was. And you can probably guess what project it was for. Not sure. We had most of our birds in for maintenance when they jumped in. Just bad timing, really. Ensign over here managed to track down one scout that wasn't with the main group. Did a fancy yo-yo, though, and gave him the slip. That's right, Renegade. Looks like I'll be your wingman for the attack on Battery Alpha. I heard you got some moves. I'm looking forward to seeing your bird in action. Yeah, I thought you might. I heard the fleet sent you up there for some more pirate work. Even more impressive, you managed to do it without taking any lives. Maybe I misjudged you. That's more than I can say for myself, given the history of Project Archangel. I was one of 4 pilots recruited for the program. My codename was Azrael. At the time, I embraced the name. The Angel of Death hunting Crimson Fleet pirates in a prototype ship. But even for an angel, pride always comes before the fall. We were testing prototype fighter ships, experimental engines, weaponry, the works. The 4 of us were the best of the best. Emphasis on the were. The official word is I was transferred back to SysDef because the need was great. The reality is I was kicked off the unit. I was so bored on that station, I spent all my time in the barracks drinking cases of smuggled booze. When the time came for my test flight, I was so wasted, one of the others had to cover for me. The engine caught fire right after takeoff. Pilot, crew, gone in a flash. Yeah, and that pilot should have been me. I was the one who was supposed to be on that prototype. People tell me all the time it's not my fault. But fault's got nothing to do with it. I should be a dead man. Instead, some other pilot took my place.
I'd say this is it. Time to show these pirates how system does things.
Good work securing the legacy. All that's left now is...
Damn it, Neva. I needed more time. Sit your ass down, pirate. That all you got? You backstabbing bitch! This all you got? First shot! Not like we're running anyway. Class down! Do or die! Time for a little target practice! Crabs in the red! Whipping head!
Captain, do you require my assistance? Adequately assisted you during combat. Greetings, Captain. Captain, it is. Goodbye, Captain.
Okay, boys, show 'em what you got.
System failure.
Never liked it.
Let's still fend them off! Just keep shooting!
You did this to me. I can decrypt and re-encode thousands of credits in seconds, but something as simple as this, I didn't see it coming. Not in the slightest. And now because of you, my bomb's been activated. Which means I'm as good as dead. Simple. If I step 1 foot outside of this room, I'll explode, and that'll be that. So either I wait here until I starve to death, or I walk away and end it all. It's the Crimson Fleet's idea of punishment. Now that Sistef is here, the Crimson Fleet can't afford to have everything I know fall into the wrong hands. The moment the Vigilance arrived, Delgado pushed the button, which is as good as putting a gun to my head and pulling the trigger. You're right, I did. But I never thought I'd be staring the reason for its activation right in the face. I've paid you well, treated you with respect, and kept trouble off your back more than a few times. Look me in the eye and tell me why you've allowed this to happen to me. You owe me that much. At this point, I can't blame Delgado for activating the bomb. If I was in his place, I'd do the same thing, without hesitation. Well, now that you're here, I don't expect that you'll stay and watch my rather spectacular ending. So why don't you just get out of my sight and let me die in peace? The bomb in my chest is expressly designed to punish me for my mistakes. Not everyone else. The worst that could happen to the key would be having to wash my guts off of the walls of the core. After everything I just said, you'd still be willing to help me. I must be a complete fool. Because even though it makes no sense, I believe you. The only way to deactivate the bomb is through Delgado's computer and operations. You'll probably need his ID to get in. I don't know why you're helping me, but I sincerely hope this isn't another one of your tricks.
Tell us about your arrest.
Oh, my arrest was spectacular. Definitely one for the record books. UC Security sent an armada after our little fleet of ships and picked us off one by one until the remainder of us made it to the wheel.
For a listener's benefit, that was the star station in orbit around Voli that you destroyed just before your arrest, correct?
You see, that's what they'd have you believe, but the truth is much less sinister. There was a firefight on the wheel when they tried to bring us in. We holed up, but UC Security unleashed hell. The damage they caused was catastrophic. We only surrendered so we wouldn't die when the station exploded.
Well, the UC says you set demolition charges to try and cover your tracks and make your escape.
That's their story. You'll have to go with your gut on what you think really happened. Anyway, they took us in and tossed us into the lock. That lovely resort they opened on Suvorov.
And you were imprisoned there for how long?
Well, it was supposed to be for life, Gale. But I ended up serving 2 years before I decided I'd had enough.
Is there any particular reason that you started the riots that eventually led to the worst prison break in United Colonies history?
Yes. I'm quite proud of that, actually. I honestly didn't think it would go as well as it did. As for the reason, well, it's simple. The UC were treating us like animals. The conditions in the lock were ridiculously bad and no one cared. That's why they stuck us on that ice ball in the first place. Out of sight, out of mind.
Your escape caused the deaths of many that were stationed at the lock. Some would brand that as a bit dismissive for what you're describing as a protest. If you were simply advocating for your fellow inmates, why didn't you just go through the proper channels?
And what the hell was I supposed to do? Send a strongly worded letter to my duly appointed representative? Wake up. The UC only responds to actions, not words. In my mind, there was no other choice. You know what? Let's move past my time at the lock so we can get to the point of this goddamned interview.
the job personally? Talk sense into me? You're the one who's lost their mind. What the hell happened to you? You had Creeks' legacy in your hands, and you gave it away. For what? For honor? Justice? Yeah, sure. Like Ikande is going to shower you in credits for doing your duty like a good little toy soldier. Give me a break. You'll be lucky if he does any more than just pin a medal on your uniform and put your picture on SSNN. Yeah? And why the hell does Sistef get to determine what is right and what is wrong? You know, when we were on Suarov, I saw the potential for you to become a badass pirate. One of the best. And now you suddenly expect me to believe I have been fooled the entire time? That this was some kind of elaborate game you have been playing? No. No way. For once in your life, be honest with me. Admit that you were tempted. Well, at least we know you are still human. It is obvious that no matter what I say, you have no intention of honoring our pact. You clearly never did. I have already locked down the key and set its reactors to overload. Soon, you, me, and everyone near this station are going to be vaporized. Let's see how far that loyalty to Sistef takes you now. You and I both know that the moment I try to leave the station, Ikande will either attempt to capture me or blow me out of the void. No, I refuse to go out that way. If I am going down, I am taking the key with me. No one will ever set foot on this station again. And spend the rest of my life in the brig without a credit to my name? Why would I do that? And I suppose you want me to think it ends outside a prison cell and not in. Still, a prison door opens, just like any other. As is every member of the fleet. And if I give them all one more day, maybe we make it out of this. They might. And if they do, I would just be tying up their loose ends, including you. If so, letting you live might afford me some small victory. Fine. You win. Standing down the reactors. With the legacy gone, we're dead in the water anyway. But before you have Ikande lock me up, I'm gonna leave you with some parting words. Whether you know it or not, you're damn good at being a pirate. It's in your blood. One of these days, that's all gonna hit you. And I'll be waiting for you in my cell to tell you I told you so. Go! You've taken everything else from me. The least you can do is give me a moment of peace.
So you disarmed the bomb.
Pathetic.
Then, per our deal, you can tell your commander I will come peacefully.
The brig's gonna be pretty crowded once we pack it full of stray fleet. A lot of them bolted once the vigilance showed up.
Yes?
Okay, hello.
That was real impressive flying, kid. You earned your wings today.
Thank you, sir. I was just trying to do my part. A lot of things are on the stick.
Speaking of which, here comes one now.
Good work taking out those pirates, Renegade.
Bravo!
You have permission to speak freely. I believe congratulations are in order. With this decisive blow, the end of the Crimson Fleet is all but assured. But as much as I'd like to begin this celebration, technically we're still in the process of wrapping up the operation. On that note, Lieutenant, what do you have for me?
Reports are coming in right now, Commander. Delgado and Shinya Voss have been taken into custody. Also, we've transferred personnel to the Key to secure the location until the United Colonies decides what they want to do with the station.
And what about Neva Mora?
According to our reports, Neva led the strike force that attacked the Vigilance. Unfortunately, that was the last we saw of her. It looks like she managed to escape. We don't know her current whereabouts, but I have our operations team looking into it.
That's fine. Overall, excellent news, Lieutenant. I have to admit, for the first time in 7 years, I don't know what to say. How about you? I know that was difficult. You hanging in there? I certainly would have preferred to have reached a resolution regarding her whereabouts. After all, she was the fleet's second in command.
Just watch your back. I'm fairly certain she's not going to simply forget what you've done to the Crimson Fleet.
Let's not ruin the moment, Jillian. I'm sure our friend here is feeling quite pleased. Am I correct? I can understand that. The dual life you are leading must have been incredibly stressful.
Honestly, I have no idea how you kept it all together.
Well, let me let you in on a bit of a surprise. Something I've been working on for a while. I've twisted arms and cashed in some favors at Mast. I wanted to make sure you got a share of the money you recovered from the legacy. Call it a reward, a token of appreciation, whatever the hell you want. But you've absolutely earned every credit. Don't thank me yet. If it had been completely up to me, you'd get a lot more than they're giving you.
Now that you're rich and famous, maybe you'll still remember us little people, huh?
Decorum, Lieutenant? Damn, I'm going to be really sorry to see you go. You've really become an important part of our team. It won't be the same around here without you.
Although, if you feel like staying aboard, I'm sure I could give you access to the SysDef mission board. That is, if you can stand spending another minute with us on Vigilance.
Excellent. I'm happy we haven't somehow frightened you away. Anyway, enough talk. You've earned a break, and I'm sure you wish to celebrate. Here's your promised reward. And wherever you might find yourself, my best wishes travel with you.
What can I do for you?
Go back. Anything to report? Still on hold until we can get the politics sorted. Some of the officials at Mast have brought up concerns about returning the legacy to a collective we were just at war with. And to be fair, their point is not without merit. Should we go to war, funds from the legacy could lead directly to the death of our soldiers. There is also talk that the legacy could be a bargaining chip in any future peace talks, and simply handing it over could cost us leverage. But regardless, two things will always be true. We will return the legacy to its rightful owners, and Mast will dictate the terms. I will likely take a moment for myself and drink to those we lost in this fight. If not for them, well, we would not have made it this far. This is their victory as much as it is ours. Their remnants are still scattered across the galaxy, including Neva Mora. And beyond the Crimson Fleet, piracy will always be an issue, so long as ships traverse unregulated space. In other words, It's not time to retire just yet. There is still plenty of work to do. Good luck.
Remember to turn in any evidence fragments you find. Mast will have the ultimate say, but we've petitioned to have it refurbished for SysDef use. But first, we'll need to perform an audit of the key's overall condition. Most of the repairs done to the station weren't exactly up to standard. If the site is deemed not up to code, we're better off destroying it. That would also have political value, given the embarrassing history behind it. For now, we have a strike team dedicated to sweeping the area for explosives. Once they give the all clear, forensics will come in to gather evidence. After that's done, then we'll start the audit of the station's condition. It's a process. That's right, since you're no longer undercover, you now have full access to our mission boards, just like other special agents. I'll have to take your word for it. I don't like keeping secrets myself, although I understand the necessity. To that end, if you're in need of anything ship-wise, talk to me, and I'll have our maintenance crew take a look. No more bartering for scraps at the depot. You'll have full access to the best the UC has to offer. You've come to the right place. SysDef has access to the latest military technology. It looks like it could use some repairs. We'll take care of it. I'll be here if you have any more questions.
Crimson Fleet is no more. We have you to thank.
We sent those fleet pirates packing, didn't we? You know, I had my doubts about you. Once a criminal, always a criminal. You know how it is. But then I asked myself, as spectacular as I am, can I do what you do? And the answer was an emphatic no. See, I'm a great shooter, but a straight shooter. And that wasn't going to win this war. What we needed was someone standing on their side, with a boomerang gun. We needed someone whose bullets curved.